Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're watching. Thank you for tuning in with us today for our weekly live stream. My name is Alex, and I am joined by Betsy and Aaron. So we have the Threes Company show today. And today we're talking about a lot of different things, all kind of encompassing So Confident. So we have an amazing So Confident sale for you guys this week. So we're going to talk in a lot of detail about everything that's included with our So Confident sale. And we're also going to do a So Confident 2025 recap. This is our signature membership program with the sewing workshop. So we always kind of launch it around this time of year for the following year. So 2025 is coming up quick, and we are all ready to talk about 2025. So before I get to that, I just wanted to shout out a few announcements. So we have actually a new Substack from Linda that came out just this past week. And I wanted to just show you guys what that looks like. So if you have not already subscribed to her Fresh Laundry Substack subscription, you can access it for free, but you can also access it as a paid subscriber for about $7 a month. And if you get the paid subscription, you get access to her full articles. And she launches these fun articles that are just kind of Linda-isms. It's her version of a newsletter. It's her thoughts on her decor, her interior design history, her sewing history, her garment construction experience. So it's a kind of a modge podge of a lot of different topics that are all under the umbrella of the person that is Linda Lee. So they're always really fun articles, and her recent one was just about the trend of barn jackets. And she talks about her favorite barn jackets that she's been seeing in ready to wear, and also how she's going to make her own version of a barn jacket. So if you guys go to freshlaundry.substack.com and you are a subscriber, you can either choose to be a free subscriber or a paid subscriber. It's totally up to you. And if you choose free or paid, this is what her Substack page looks like. So you can actually see all of her articles. You'll see how many she has at the moment. They release every couple weeks, sometimes more often than other times, but they're kind of just as inspiration comes, she will write an article. So this is what her page looks like. And then within these articles are full-on articles of her Substack thoughts. So that is all about Substack, specifically her Fresh Laundry subscription. So you can go to freshlaundry.substack.com and check out her Substack newsletter. I also just wanted to mention too that we have our final November So Confident Zoom Q&A today at 4 p.m. Central Time. So we are having our show and tell where we are talking all about the San Diego jacket for this month. So if you are a So Confident member, please join us later today where we're going to be talking and showing all of what you guys have been making for the month of November. And maybe some of you have already finished and made the San Diego jacket from this month. So I know we've gotten the kits out and you guys should be receiving them, and we've released the video. We had our first Q&A last week. So that month is going. If you still want to join, you can still join the San Diego online workshop. Join for $75 this month, where you get to learn everything it takes to make that variation of our beloved San Diego pattern. So check that out if you like. Let me bring on Betsy. Her and I are going to kind of tag team this presentation. She's gotten emails and comments about So Confident. I've gotten emails and comments about So Confident, and we're going to kind of talk through So Confident 2025 and give a quick recap through this presentation. And then at the end of this presentation, we're going to go through our big So Confident sale. And then Erin is in the studio, and she's going to show all of the kits. She's going to talk about maybe some of her favorite kits. We're going to show the fabrics, things that are on sale this week for you guys for this sale, and then answer any questions that we have for you. All right. Hi, Betsy.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm distracted now because now I have the Three's Company theme song in my head because you mentioned that.
I know, I couldn't think of anything else clever. If you have any other ideas of what to call Aaron, Betsy, and myself, go for it, guys.
And I'm like the subtext to that is trying to figure out the names of everyone who was on the show
I
besides
know.
Dan Summers. So we'll look that up later
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna throw in the comment any fun name.
Yeah.
We're open to ideas.
But aside from that, yes, today we're talking about So Confident. We're going to go through for people who didn't see the first video or just haven't had a chance to like look into it yet, what's going to happen next year. And then we're going to talk about previous So Confidence. And
Yeah.
if you've never tried it before, we're having a pretty big sale. So now would be a good chance to test one of the online workshops or PDFs or whatever at a lower price than normal. So that's exciting.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good way to kind of dabble in some of the variations of education that we've offered over the years. I mean, can you believe it'll be 14 years in 2025? Crazy.
I had to mark everything down, and there were so many tutorials and workshops. I was like, "Ooh, this is going to take a long time." Until you have to put them in a list and work through them, you don't really realize how many different classes we have. But there's a lot.
And we generally ask this whenever we talk about So Confident, but if you are a So Confident loyal, you've been with us since series 1, please leave a comment. It's always fun to see if there are any people that kind of pop in and say that they've been with us from the beginning, or maybe they have all of the So Confident memberships and packages. So leave a comment and even just tell us. We love to kind of read what you guys love about So Confident and why you've become a member, why you've stuck around with us. So all right, well, let's transition to this presentation, and we'll talk again a little bit at first about 2025, the Staple Series. I'm going to mute myself real quick, Betsy, and cough for a second. So why don't you take it away?
Sure. Okay. Poor Alex. She's got a cough. So, next year, 2025, we are starting Series 14 of So Confident. We are calling it the Staple Series. So what we've done differently is we are using kind of staple garments, and we have divided them up into seasons, and we're going to do little kind of seasonal ensembles, or if you will, a capsule wardrobe for kind of spring, summer, fall. That's it in a nutshell. But before we get into like all those details, we kind of wanted to go through some comments that we've had from customers for this year about what they've really enjoyed from So Confident. So Karen here made the Japanese top, and she said not only was it a fun make, but she had no idea snap tape existed. So join So Confident and learn about new notions.
I just thought this was like a fun, quick comment because it's just so great that this is what you do and So Confident. You get to learn new techniques, learn about new things.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've never used snap tape until we brought it out for this, so it's perfect. Let's see. Julie has a comment about her vest kit, which she made straight from the kit. She loves it. She decided against the belts and buttonholes and appreciated the artistic touches Linda and Kathy added. And that's another thing. We offer these kits, and we do offer each class showing what to do, but you can make it your own. So that particular vest comes with like belts in the back, but if that's not for you, you can still make the project, but make it your own. Make it your own unique garment. That's a great outfit. That's from Anne. This is a comment about next year. She says, it will be exciting to see all the fabrics come together for a cohesive creative collection using old and new patterns, timeless styling, and still so creative and modern. Well done, the Sewing Workshop team. It is an exciting collection. That's so nice. I'm glad she mentioned the fabrics because that is kind of where I focus. That's my true interest is fabrics, and we've had a really good time like looking for the right fabrics for each garment to make a cohesive collection. As you'll see, the first 3 garments are a jacket, a top, and pants. So it is a little ensemble, and we've really had a good time trying to find fabrics that are interesting, but like not too interesting. It's a really like a fine line between finding unique fabrics, but also wearable fabrics. So that's fun to do.
And Anne is one of our members from Australia. And this
Oh.
garment or this ensemble that she's wearing is a linen Japanesque with a corduroy metro skirt.
Oh, I noticed it was corduroy. I didn't see it was the
Yeah.
metro. That's fantastic. Let's see. So Nancy, she's wearing her Plaza Challenge jacket, which we did in June. Was that June, Alex?
Yeah.
So she's talking about next year, and she says, "Where to begin? I'm excited about the new blouses and the return of the trio pants and the New Yorker as a dress. The concept of the year should be interesting too." So that is one of the things that we wanted to do for next year was bring a combination of new and old patterns. Um, I shouldn't say old, but patterns that have been discontinued in our line, but that people ask about all the time. So the trio pants, people ask about all the time. The New Yorker they ask about, and although we did discontinue them, we see that style all of a sudden in fashion now, and so now we thought, well, it's the right time to bring it back. A, because people ask about them, and B, because they're kind of in the zeitgeist. So, who's next? Let's.
This is kind of a mixture. We have customer photos that don't necessarily match the quotes from other customers. But
I was gonna say, I was like, "That's Helen, that's not Patty."
yeah,
So Helen, who is an incredible sewer, she is wearing her carnelian coat. I don't know what that fabric is. It's really pretty though.
it is really pretty.
I like that brooch. And Patty had comments about next year, and she says, "I've been sewing since I was about 8, taught my mom and taught by my mom, I'm sorry, and self-taught. I used to sew a lot. I quit sewing about 25 years ago, and I quilt a lot, but she's excited to improve her skills and make beautiful clothing." What's interesting is that I also have gotten a couple emails from people who have joined Sew Confident for the first time for next year, and they're in the same boat. They sewed garments ages ago, they went to quilting, and now they're back into garment sewing, but it's been so long that they need that little push, and so that's really exciting for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this also just captures again the simplicity of it, like focusing on skills and making beautiful clothing.
Yeah, and it can be for different levels. So, we do try to make each class interesting for both advanced sewists, but also like usable for beginner sewists. We don't want to overwhelm anyone. Bonnie is wearing a beautiful inventor shirt. I like those 3 fabrics. I kinda really love that teal with that kinda rust pant. That's interesting. And then we have a comment from Judy who says that she joins when she can to be a part of a creative community that understands the need to work with fabric and designs. So Confident is a special place to know others need to sew and compare idea and issues and talk the same language. To me, I think that really comments on our Facebook group because we have a really active Facebook group, which you get to be a member of when you join Sew Confident as a yearly member. And like, we don't do much on the Facebook group as the sewing workshop. Essentially, it is you guys, and you just it is super active. People talk to each other all the time. People post issues that they have, and other people help them. And we just kind of keep an eye on it and pop in there when someone has a very specific question. But it's really nice to see people chatting and helping each other, picking up fabrics and all sorts of things. Beth, our beloved Beth, wearing her oh, I love that tea garden tee.
I know, it's great.
No, we should have made kits out of that fabric. That's great.
Yeah, the tea garden really came in strong this year because it's such an interesting pattern piece and really interesting construction method because it's not your typical sewing shoulders, sewing side seams. It all kind of comes together in a really interesting way. And I love how Beth just made this probably from a stash fabric or, kind of took her own version of this tea garden. And it's been something people have commented about, just saying they've really enjoyed making the tea garden this year. It's very flattering in the neck. It's very flattering, and there are different ways you can help to make it fit. But Tea Garden was kind of a special project for this year, for sure.
Yeah, it's such a different project, I think, compared to other things that I've ever made, that it really it was a challenge, but in a good way. So we have a note from Patricia here who says, I've enjoyed the experience even though I have not had an opportunity to make most of the garments. I have been able to watch the videos and plan for the garments. I hope to get several of them completed after the holidays. I also love the tutorials. However, my favorite is to see the way others have made the garments and learn from their questions and feedback. I have signed up for next year and will probably plan to make the garments in the month or months following the release, so I can benefit from the inspiration and learning that comes from the experience of others. So that, I think, also harkens back to the Facebook page. And it also makes a good note about, we talk about people being, or people mention, oh, we're behind on the projects. But you're not really behind on the projects, even if you're not making them that month, because you have the videos forever. And if you aren't ready to make the tea garden tea when it comes out, but 6 months or a year or 3 years later, you are ready, you have the workshop and you can go back to it. So, you can always watch it and learn from it, and also put those techniques to other projects.
Exactly.
So, with all that in mind, let's talk about next year. As I mentioned, we are going to start off with what we are referring to as season one. And season one is for garments. So you can see them at the top left is the Toulouse blazer. To the right of that is going to be our new woven shirt. Under that is the New Yorker dress. And then to the left of that are the trio pants. So that little quadrant on the left there is your season one garments. What is that? March, April, so that's through April. I
January,
can't even remember now. In May, we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to do a virtual fashion show. In June, we will be working on the shirt that's in the middle, that colorful shirt at the top. That is the bird shirt. That is a shirt I'm very excited about, and I'm gonna get started making next week, so that's fun. Probably make a few for myself. And then so that's gonna be June, and that's gonna also be a challenge. We started doing challenges. We did one this year, and then we did a different one last year. And we kinda love the challenges because we set parameters. For instance, this year, we set the parameter of, the artist Gustav Klimt. Then we give you we tell you what the pattern is that you're gonna use, and we let you guys go to town. And it's so interesting to see what people do. People made things that we wouldn't have even considered. So we wanted to keep that challenge in the mix for next year, and the parameter for that is going to be this bird shirt. So I'm excited to see if people embroider it or lengthen it or what they do with it. Then in July, we are going to have a sew along, which again is something we did last year. And that is one day where we do live sew along sessions online. So we'll make the trio pants again, in a different fabric than what we used in the spring. We'll have a summery fabric, and we'll go start to finish. And we'll check in with each other during the day. If you have questions, you can answer them, and you can ask them, and we can answer them on the spot. So it's really, we can't all get together in one big room and sew, but we can do it online. So that's July. Then season 2, which is the fall season, you'll see those 4 garments on the right quadrant. Starting with this jacket, this is the Era jacket. We're gonna use that, and we're gonna do a variation on that. Um, that's the only one that we're not sure of because we have 2 different options, and we can't decide which one we like better. So, we're thinking about whether it's gonna be a pullover. There are just some great options. So, that's kind of the only, garment that's up in the air. To the right of that, that little shirt, that's gonna be a new knit top. It's a, garment that we've been working on for a couple of years, and we finally have tweaked it to get it to where we want it. So we're excited to release that. It'll be a new pattern. Let's see, so August, September, October is gonna be the lotus skirt. That is a pattern that's already released, so some of you may have it, but we're gonna do a variation on it, which involves shortening and making it in a unexpected fabric and adding a scallop trim and all sorts of interesting little details. And then in I'm off on my so October? November.
November.
November, we're gonna release a new pants pattern, and it's kind of the sarong style pant where one leg is wider than the other and then it folds over. And
Mhm.
that's been something also that we've been working on for a while, so we're excited to finally release it. It's funny because we have all of these like potential patterns in the office, and they kind of come and go, and it depends on when the timing is right. So some things are brand new, and we're like, "This is it," and some we've just been waiting for the right time. So a couple of these, we're excited because 'cause we've been holding on to them, and now is the right time. Oh, and then in December, every year for, So Confident, we do a virtual cocktail party in December, and we will do that again next year. We're getting ready for, uh, party next month,
We
actually.
are. It's always really fun.
It is super fun. So here is our FAQs. These are some questions that we have gotten from others. So I'm just going to kind of go through them. The first question that I've gotten was really the breakdown of format. In previous years, well, let's go back. When we first started So Confident, we did PDF tutorials. And those were really great because you can print them out, you can keep them in your library, and you can go back to them whenever you're looking for a particular technique, and you can study the photos. So a lot of people really like the PDFs. And then in series 10, we started focusing on online videos, online workshops, which are also really nice. So some people really like the online workshops. So this year, we are going to try to make everyone happy and combine the 2. We will have online workshops and PDFs. So there right now will be 3 online workshops like you've seen for the last few years. And those will be on our new patterns. And the new patterns are the Toulouse blazer, the woven shirt. Oh, no, not the woven shirt. What am I thinking? The Toulouse blazer, the knit shirt, and the new pants. Is that right, Alex? Because now I'm just okay.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
After a while, everything gets muddled in my head.
The bird shirt is also new, but that is our challenge month. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it won't have a top to toe video like the other ones. The other projects, the primary format will be a PDF. So, say the trio pants, the primary educational format you're going to get with that is the PDF. But if there are techniques that are better suited to videos, then we will pop in technique videos. So we're kind of letting ourselves have the option of using whatever format serves the technique better, if you know what I mean, because sometimes it's nicer just to have a photograph that you can study, and sometimes it's better to see someone do it in a video. So we are going to have that option and have that combination. The PDFs, although they aren't, as I think of them, as trendy of a format as the videos, I prefer them. I'm a book reader. I'm not a Kindle reader. I like paper. So the PDFs, again, you can print them out and you can keep them and you can refer to them. So it is a different format, but it's really a valuable alternative format. So
And having done those for 10 years, like you said, Betsy, Linda, she'll print out those tutorials and have them in binders and have them labeled on, which techniques are in the binder for which year. So I know a lot of customers have done that. They've organized their PDFs based on printing them out and all of that. So again, we're kind of, it just kind of speaks to the history of So Confident in general, how we've evolved and how we've done both PDF and video, and now we're kind of trying to combine those worlds.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. Erin and I were talking about it, and she said that when she is sewing something and she needs to look up a technique, whatever technique that is, she pulls out the PDFs instead of going through the videos to find it just because she thinks it's easier. So I guess it's just whatever way you prefer to learn. And maybe this will give those opportunities for people who are both visual, video people, and who prefer to read it and study it. So we're doing both. Linda and Alex will be teaching the video workshops. So those 3 top to toe videos. And the PDFs and videos, they will be new content, which is based on the projects. But if there is applicable clips or images from previous tutorials, those might pop in there. So for instance, if we have a project where we're setting in a sleeve, that technique is one we use across the board, so it's not different. So if we have a clip of setting in a sleeve from a different project, we might pull that out and share it with you, even though it's not the same project, but the technique is the same. You're still going to have the same visuals. We have had questions about the kit fabric. And that is something we discussed, and we will use the kit fabrics when possible, as long as the camera is able to properly show the techniques we are sharing. A lot of what we choose to use in the videos, we're thinking about how well you can see the stitching, how well you can see the front and back. So if people who are new to sewing, we want to make it as easy for them to see and understand as some of our more advanced sewists. But we have heard your request to use the kit fabrics in the video, so we are going to try to use them whenever possible, or something similar to kind of offset. So those are our frequently asked questions. If you have more, you just send them on over and I will answer them for you. Just as a reminder, my email is betsy@sewingworkshop.com.
So this slide kind of just depicts the bullet points of all of the perks of being a So Confident member. So if you join as either a yearly or a monthly member, on the right, you can see in a list form all of the benefits, all the things you get by being either a yearly or monthly subscriber. So really the main features are this, what we call course page. This is your library of content where it will include and house all of the videos, Zoom links, virtual fashion shows. Depending on the month, all of your content for that month for your projects will be in your course page. You also get first to know access to kits, limited edition launches each month. So we prioritize our So Confident members with emails and letting them know what is coming out first in regard to So Confident projects. You get our coveted 15% discount on all patterns, kits, and fabric for the entire year. This will begin in 2025. So even if you sign up now, that discount won't be applied until January of 2025. So there's a little bit of a difference next year in how we're going to give you access to a discount. So normally we give you what's called a discount code that you have to put in at checkout. But now in 2025, we are actually just going to add you to a group so that discount is just automatic at checkout. But you must be logged in, of course, to access that automatic discount. So just make sure you're logged in. But once you join So Confident, either as a yearly member or a monthly member, you'll just be automatically added to this special discount category, and that automatic discount should be applied at checkout. Of course, if it isn't, email us and we'll help. But that's a big perk of So Confident, is just all the time throughout the year as you're shopping for our live stream sales each week, shopping for kits, patterns, whatever it is, you get 15% off. You also get free access to, as I mentioned earlier, Linda's Fresh Laundry Substack subscription. So if you are a paid member already, you're paying either $7 a month or $80 a year. In 2025, beginning in January, we will change your subscription to a paid subscription that's completely free. So we will take away your charge of either $7 a month or $80 a year and change it so that you have free access to Linda's Substack in all of 2025. You also get access to our Zoom Q&As each month, excluding May and December when we will have virtual fashion shows, but you have 2 Zoom Q&As each month with the sewing workshop. You get access to this amazing, vibrant, very chatty, very active Facebook community that Betsy and I have mentioned earlier. You saw some customers' comments from that Facebook page even earlier in this presentation. You also get access to our 2 virtual fashion shows next year in 2025 when you join So Confident. So if you guys want to know all of the details about So Confident next year, earlier, I believe it was early in November, we did a live stream and I showed a presentation that had all of the details of So Confident. It kind of listed everything out by the month in bullet point form, in picture form. We answered a lot of questions and gave you the full spectrum in that presentation. That presentation is available to view anytime if you go to sewingworkshop.com and click on So Confident and click on Series 14, Staple Series. Then on the Staple Series page, I have circled here for you where you click on to access this presentation to get these questions that you might have answered. So at any time, you guys can go to the website and access that to get your questions answered. All right, so Betsy kind of went through this in the first image that I created, where it just showcased all of the So Confident projects for 2025. So we might not go through this as detailed, Betsy. That was great. It kind of for not wanting to totally repeat ourselves here. We have season 1 with 4 projects, January through April, and then we have our summer series, which starts from May through August. And then we have our season 2, which is another set of 4 projects from August through November. So we've kind of divided everything out into season 1, summer series, and season 2. So all of the details for each of these projects are kind of here in this presentation, as well as in that earlier presentation that I mentioned that you can access on our website. Should we touch on anything else here, Betsy? You did a great job kind of going through it, overview, but I don't see any questions coming through.
No, I don't see any questions. So I think we should keep rolling.
Okay. Well, again, let's just touch on these membership options for next year. So how do you join So Confident 2025? We do have memberships open now and available, and you can join So Confident 2025 even now. So Betsy, tell us about this yearly membership option. This is our sort of best value option. This is probably the one people join the most. What's the perk of a yearly membership?
Sure. So the yearly membership, you are billed once, and it is $425. It is $425 until early January. That is our kind of launch price that if you sign up, you can get right now. And just as a reminder, current So Confident members will receive an automatic 10% off of that price from now until the end of the year. So, as a yearly member, and Alex did go through what you get within that, you get the discount, the Facebook page, the Substack subscription. But essentially, if you want to have access to each month, and you know you want to have access to each month, that is the least expensive monthly price. So, 425, I think it's like 35 a month.
Mhm.
Is that
35 a
right?
month.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that narrows down to 35 per month, and then you get all of the things each month. Now, as a monthly, whoa, I think we both moved it. As a monthly member, you get the same options, you get the same membership perks, but you're paying $40 a month. So you're paying $5 extra, and then instead of paying it all at once, you're billed on a monthly basis automatically. So you don't have to go back in and deal with it. It just does that automatically. So that's nice. And then the third option that we're offering this year is the season 1 series. So with this, you get access to the first 4 projects: the blazer, the shirt, the pants, and the dress, as well as the content and the Zoom sessions. And this breaks down to 45 a month, but it is billed once. Do note that with this option, you don't get the discount or the Facebook group or the Substack subscription. So this is really just for the classes themselves. And again, all of these prices are our release prices. And in January, they do pop up to a different price. And those are shown on the website, I believe. So I don't have those with me right now. But if you want the best prices, you want one of these 3 options and sign them up before January. There is also an option for the Pattern Club. Now, this is just for season 1. You can see it's just for those 4 garments. And if you don't already have the trio pants and the New Yorker pattern, which, as I said, are older patterns for us, so you might have them already. But if you don't and you know you want all 4 patterns, you can do an add-on purchase of this Pattern Club for $60, which is essentially 25% off of each pattern. They will be PDF patterns, and when you purchase it, as the patterns are released, they'll be automatically uploaded to your account. So if you know you want all 4 patterns and you're ready to go, this is a good deal because you get a 25% off. So just pop that on there, and then you don't have to worry about buying the patterns when they're released. We do have a little chart. You can see it here. I believe it's also online, which shows the different features and which membership option gets what. So go online and you can study that if you need more information. And now we come to the sale, and my friends, it is a sale.
It is. Erin, you're waiting patiently over there. We'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah, yeah, poor Erin. She's like, "Well, come on, you guys." So, because we are celebrating So Confident, we thought, what better way to do that than to have a little So Confident sale? And so that is gonna be on previous years So Confident. So let's have a little chat about what that entails. We have 40% off our PDF So Confident tutorials. There's a lot of tutorials. I had to go through and find them all, and there's quite a few. It took me some time. So those are on sale. We also have 40% off online workshops. So, we do not have a sale on this year's Series 13 workshops. Those are still full price because, we are holding those for our So Confident members. But Series 10, 11, 12? Yes, 10, 11, 12. Those are 40% off. So if you wanted to make the Charlie Bomber jacket, but you've never tried it and you wanna try one of our workshops, this is the time. everything is marked down. And then also we are doing 40% off So Confident series packages. Now this is actually a really kind of sweet deal. I know the PDF tutorials from series 1 through 9, those are all, gosh, let me look them up. Now I can't remember what the price is. I think they're like 54. Nope. So they're normally $99 for the 12 tutorials in those PDF packages, and now they're on sale for $59.40. So those are 40% off. And then the video series 10, 11, and 12, those are also 40% off. So if you just want to start your library, now is a good time to just get a full package and get sewing. And then finally, just to add to it, we also have 50 to 60% off previous year's So Confident kits. So again, that doesn't include this year's kits, but we have some fabulous kits from previous years that we would like to go off of our shelves, essentially. So we did 50 to 60% off of those. And we are going to go through those kits so you can see them better. And I believe Erin is going to help us out with that.
Yeah, we have great pictures, of course. We try really hard. We do a really good job, I think, as a team of getting great photography sessions. We have a photographer come into our studio generally around once a month, and she comes and takes pictures of our fabric so we can put great pictures of fabric on our website as well as pictures of our garments. So we have both pictures and then Erin in the studio with the actual garments. So let's just kind of run through quickly these photos of the highlighted kits that we're putting on sale for you guys this week. And then we'll transition over to Erin. So this is the scalloped swing tee. And remember, we have online workshops and kits available. So if you're interested in making this variation of the swing tee pattern, we took this basic t-shirt and made a sweatshirt variation of it with, of course, the scalloped hem detail here in these wonderful French cherries that we had. So you can get a discount on the online workshop if you see this and you're like, oh, I want to learn to make this in video format, and I also want this kit. This is kind of a bundle option where you could say, all right, let's get both. I'm going to get the scalloped swing tee details for both the workshop and the kit. So here is the scalloped swing tee. Then we have another kit. This came in a couple different fabric variations. We have Erin wearing it in this. This is probably one of my favorite pictures of you, Erin. This maroon draped collar Florence. I don't know why. I just love this color. I love this. Your eyes. It's a great photo. We also have it in a pinstripe cotton. So there are a couple different fabric options that are available as kits for this project. But this, again, was a variation of the Florence top that I believe Erin is actually wearing. You'll see in a minute. And so this is available, and we're going to show these in more detail. We also have the Whistles pullover. So years ago, Linda and I did a live stream where she made a variation of the whistles, and then we turned it into a So Confident project. So we took the whistles and made this variation using a blend of different cottons, there's some Liberty fabric in here. There is some pinstripes, some shirting fabrics. So this is an interesting variation of a kind of classic shirt in the whistles pattern and turning into a pullover. So that online workshop and kit is available and on sale this week. Another highlighted one. This is one of my favorites, the Riviera pullover. So taking the Riviera, making a complete variation. They're all very complete variations, but this is just one of the most interesting ones, taking the Riviera and turning it into this t-shirt version. So we have kits in the online workshop available for the Riviera. We have the classic Florence, which has been one of the favorites over the years from So Confident members. If you want to take our Florence shirt pattern and make a variation that's taking out all of the extra elements of the Florence and making a very simple, what it's called, classic shirt. In this online workshop, we show you how to do this. And this is one of my favorite kit fabrics that we have had. Was it called, is it Lake something?
Lake
Ladies Lake? Yeah. So we do have, excuse me, this kit and online workshop available. A couple more here. The hibiscus shirt, again, with shirting fabrics, with some variations that we made. This was from a couple years ago, So Confident, I believe. Oh gosh, maybe series 10.
I think it is series 10.
Yeah. So this one is available also. And we also have the fabrics for these, for a lot of these, available just as yardage too. So you can shop the sale and you can check out the kits that are available, but also if you just want to shop the yardage, a lot of these yardages are on sale as well. The Edgewater dress and the Edgewater skirt, one of our favorites at the sewing workshop. So we took basically the top of the ET. So it has this very classic t-shirt fit, and then we extended it and made it into a dress. So this is the Edgewater dress that we made in a lot of different colors of kits. We blended both woven and knit fabrics. And you can also buy an Edgewater dress kit and just make it into a skirt. So we do have Edgewater skirt kits available, or we have the Edgewater skirt pattern, which is basically just what you see in the dress, but made as a skirt. It excludes the top. So you can make a skirt out of your kit as well. If you like the colorway, you probably even have enough fabric to maybe make an ET or a kind of a shell garment above for, your skirt if you choose to go that direction. So let's highlight this. This is actually what I'm wearing today too. This is probably my favorite So Confident project. I taught this online workshop and designed this embroidery motif. This is the embroidered Crane Street tee. We have this wonderful white French terry on sale. It really is one of the best French terries I've felt, and I think it's a great bright white, and in these pictures you see how I've divided up the embroidery design. So I've designed an all over embroidery design that you see on the right with the black French terry, but you can break it up and learn how to take some simple embroideries and break it up and kind of play with it with the placement of your t-shirt. So that is available in an online workshop if you're interested in just learning some kind of beginner embroidery techniques. And we also have the kit available, as well as the stitch kit with all of the materials you need to embroider, for needles, needle threaders, all the goodies that we love for your embroidery needs are in that kit. And last but not least, this is not a So Confident workshop, but we do have it as a kit. The Lakewood shirt is a pattern we released earlier in the summer, and we have some fabrics and kits available for the Lakewood. So I wanted to just throw that out there and mention that as well. So Erin, are you ready and waiting?
I'm ready. Hello. I'm ready. So I just wanted to go through briefly some of the kits that we do have on the sale this week. So highlight the ones that I really love, and then also throw in a couple different garments from some of my favorite past tutorials that I think are just really fun tutorials and garments to bring out, ones that maybe we haven't talked about in a while. So just to highlight those a little bit. So you can see behind me, I do have quite a few kits behind me, and these are the ones that are on the sale. So some of my favorites that we have done, and most of these are from last year. Alex did mention that the draped Florence. Now that is one of my favorites. I think the Florence is a nice classic shirt. When you look at just the bones of it, it has a great set-in sleeve, just right on the shoulder, set-in sleeve, classic collar and stand, button up the front, but then it has a little pizzazz, a little fun at the bottom, and it has a little flounce and a tuck at the front, and a few really amazing details on the back, a yoke, a band that goes down the center. And so it has some really classic details, and then it adds a little fun, a little longer length. So this is a really fun pattern in itself, just to make straight out of the envelope. But what we decided to do was take the very popular pattern and make it a little bit different. And so I did really love this project. I thought it was fun to use just a really drapey yet textured polyester crepe. I think this was just a really fun fabric to use, but it has a little something extra to it because it has that texture. And then the really fun project of creating this drapey collar technique, adding a more classic pocket onto the front. I just thought it was really flattering, but it adds just a little zing, just a little fun to the front in your classic style. So we do have these kits. We have them in the pink, and then we have a green, like a really fun pop of green. And I think that's really fun. And so we also did, in classic fashion, we wanted to do a pinstripe version, which everyone knows that I love black and white. So having a classic pinstripe black and white shirt in that same design, I think is really, it's a really fun, this is something you can just throw on every day, but since it has that extra detail, I think that makes it just a little bit more special. And some of the other projects that I really loved, you know, Alex mentioned this was one of her favorites, and it was one of my favorites too. This is also, to me, a great garment that you can throw on all the time, but it has some extra details to it. And so we do have this kit in this mustard, and we also have the cinnamon, the more sienna brown color. So we have those two colorways available. And one of my, okay, I keep saying one of my favorites. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Okay, they're all my favorite apparently. But so this is the Edgewater dress. I love dresses, and because you can throw them on and you just have one piece you have to put on in the morning. And for me, the easier you can get dressed, the better. So this Edgewater dress, you can throw it on, but it just has some really great, fun, colorful details. I love all the pops of color on this kit that we put together. And when we, one of the things that was really popular when we were working on this project was mixing the knits and the wovens. And I like that because you can have similar, maybe similar colors, but then you mix the knits and the wovens together. So it's a different texture, which I think just adds a very simple change to the look, but it's, but I think it's still, I don't know, just has an extra accent that I think makes it a really fun way to put together a garment. And one of the, actually my favorite color combinations, black and white, which is the kit that we have. We have a, it has the white viscose linen for the woven for the bottom panel, and then black knit for the other parts of the dress. Very classic, very wearable. I think this kit is really fun. And then if you want to do the skirt, we talked about how in the pattern it includes the dress, and then it includes directions in the pattern for the skirt variation. So we have kits in the green, just like a citrus green. And there's the woven, and then two different knits for the other panels, two different greens. This is a similar colorway, not quite as bright. Our kits aren't quite this bright, but it shows you how you can have a lot of fun with this pattern. Another one that was really popular, and that was this corduroy now jacket. Then we turned it into the day jacket because it was so popular. People wanted that pattern. And so this was one of the kits that we had for that tutorial. This is a corduroy. We had it in multiple colors. We are sold out of this color, I believe, but we do have some really fun ones. We have black, we have green, and we have blue. The blue is a perfect royal blue. It's a great color. Here is this kit. I think it's really fun. I'm actually going to take it out of the bag. because I think it's a really good blue. Look at that. Wouldn't that look perfect with my black and white? So these great corduroy fabrics, you can do that jacket, or, you know, there's enough yardage where you could really have fun and you could change up maybe what pattern you use if you choose. But this would make a nice classic jacket. And corduroy is one of those fabrics that we do like to keep in stock, you know. So some of these fabrics are ones we keep in stock, and so we might as well make an amazing kit for you, so you can make a garment. And so some of the other things I wanted to highlight. So these are the kits, but we have some of those great tutorials from years past. And so I wanted to throw out a couple of my favorites that I really enjoy, starting with the Venice. So I'm wearing the Venice today, black and white check fabric. It has this great little flounce on the bottom and then a button detail to the back, traditional, you know, sleeve, placket, cuff, collar, and stand. It's, again, another classic shirt that we've added some really great details to. And we did use this for a So Confident. We had a couple wardrobing years, and this one was year 8. And so those were really great years. I loved the photography those years. Everything was very cohesive. It had an amazing flow to it, and each garment built on the other, so you could come away with a wardrobe at the end of the year. So we paired this Venice shirt with a Brando, and it just looked really classic and sleek together. So that was a really fun year to have everything tie in together, similar to what we're going to do next year. Is everything is going to have a flow to it, which I'm really excited about. Another tutorial that I thought was really fun from years past was, let's see what year this is from. This is the double layer now coat. And we did this year 5. So this was one of the months tutorial on how to take the now jacket or now shirt pattern and create a longer coat with 2 layers of knit. So that told you everything you needed to know in order to make this garment. Those were PDF tutorials, so it really gave you a chance to see each step. You had drawings on how to change your pattern, and each step was either illustrated or we had great photography to show you how to complete this garment. And I think that, like they said, I do love to look back on those, because then I put them up on my screen and I look at each step in detail as I'm working through the project. And I think that's really helpful for my brain. And another year that I thought was really fun was year 6. And my favorite project from that was a Zona. A cotton sateen jacket with this fun fuller sleeve, elastic at the hem, a really bold jacket that I can see wearing to something this season, you know, a holiday party, or, you know, a Thursday at the grocery store. So I thought that was a really fun project. So that highlights some of my favorite kits and some of my favorite projects from over the years. So if we had any questions, I could answer them or could take it back to Alex and Betsy.
I think we should do a series sometime on Erin's favorite things. That was fun.
That might be a really long list, but apparently, as I got going, but that's a good thing.
Well, let's go through specifically this sale again. So what is exactly on sale, Betsy or Erin?
Okay, so kits are on sale from 50 to 60% off. And within that, we also have some of the kit fabric on sale for 50% off. So for instance, we have the Riviera fabric that's behind Erin. The kit is on sale for 50% off, and also the fabric yardage is on sale
Mhm.
for 50% off. So some of that is on there, but essentially mostly the kits. The individual PDF tutorials, the So Confident ones, the So Confident online workshops, the online classes, and the So Confident series. So the Series 1 package, the Series 10 package, those are all 40% off. Now, when you go to our sale category, which you can reach from the homepage, which is what we do every week, you'll see something a little bit different. All of the kits and fabric are in there, but there are also 3 different boxes for the tutorials, the classes, and the series because there was so much that it was kind of overwhelming, so I wanted to break them up. So, for instance, 40% off of the PDF tutorials are $11.40. So it's kind of a screaming deal. So there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit to look through, especially with those PDF tutorials, the individual ones. Like, look through them and see if, particularly if you're new to us, go back and see some of the projects we did a few years ago. They're still applicable. Everything should still have a pattern that you can make it with. So whether you want to learn like a technique like a raw edge construction or you want to make a swing trio shirt, there's a lot of really interesting things in there. I did have a couple questions that I saw regarding this, and one is that the sale will run as our normal weekly sales do, so through next Monday, which I believe is December 2nd. So you have all week. And there was also a question on whether the Metro Skirt video workshop is on sale. That is not, because that is from this year. So really everything but the products from this year are on sale because they're still current. So I think that's it. Again, there's kind of a lot to look through. So, you might sit around and read some product descriptions. What Alex just showed was Series 9. Like, that was a really interesting series where we did magazines for each project. So I really enjoyed it because I got to put together the magazines. And as a fool for magazines, I had a good time. So we did 3 patterns. We made projects using those 3 projects per pattern. And each month we put out a new digital magazine. So that's a really cool series. Some of the older series, like Series 1, those are really technique based. So you're looking at like fitting information and like fabric technique information. So we've done kind of a lot of different things that you should explore if you have not been a member. Erin, what was the red no longer available jacket you showed? So the corduroy behind you.
Oh, correct. So this is we did have a magenta colorway for the Now kit, but now we do have royal blue, like a green, like a really beautiful forest green, and black.
And that's called the day jacket kit. So you will find that in there.
And one thing you were talking about, Betsy, that I found really good when I was looking through the website, just looking at all the tutorials that we've offered over the years, is if you go into, say, year 1, you will see a very long list of all the different tutorials that are included in year 1. And you can even click on it to the individual tutorial. And so you can get a really accurate description of what each tutorial is within 1 year. Like, for instance, one of my favorites from year 1 is Anatomy of a Sleeve. It takes you through sleeve fitting, and it takes you through like how to put in a sleeve, which is essential for pretty much most garments that you make. So having that core group of techniques that you're going to use on like 90% of your garments, I mean, that's something you want to keep in your
library.
Your array of different sewing techniques. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was, like, I looked at it the other day when I was going through and setting in a sleeve and silk jacket.
Yeah. I wonder which silk jacket that was.
I don't know. But it's good to refresh yourself, and it's good to remind yourself that, okay, I need to, I need to baste, and I need to steam it over a ham, and I need to, use my fingers to manipulate the fabric in order to get a smooth sleeve. So there's just great techniques and for me, the text and the images to look through to remind myself, do all those steps in order to get the result that you want.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I don't see any other questions. So I think we're good. We threw out a lot of information at you guys today. So don't forget, we gave you a recap of So Confident 2025. If you want more details or all the details, don't hesitate to reach out to Betsy or myself. But we also have the full presentation available at sewingworkshop.com under the Staple Series. And then shop our sale this week. It's all things So Confident minus this year. So you've got the tutorials in PDF, the online workshops, and you've got the full series with, of course, some fabrics that we have from other kits. So hope you guys have fun shopping this week. And then we just want to say happy Thanksgiving from the Sewing Workshop team. Hope you guys enjoy your time. Maybe you'll be doing some sewing this week. Who knows? So hope everyone enjoys and has just the most wonderful holiday. We will see you next week. And So Confident members, we'll see you later today. Thank you all for tuning in for this extended live stream.